Hello again, and welcome to another one of my Photoshop tutorials. Today's just going to be a quick airbrushing tutorial, so let's get to it. Go ahead and open up Photoshop. I've already imported my picture. As you can see, I'm going to be airbrushing one of Eva Mendes. If you don't know how to import your picture, just hit File, Open, or the shortcut for it, as it said there, is Control O. So yeah, once you've got your image open, we can get down to it. Now the first thing we're going to want to do is look for any blemishes on the face or sort of neck or chest area that you can see. Zoom in on them a tad, and then come over to your spot healing brush tool, which is just under your eyedropper tool. Size your brush up to the size of the blemish, like so. You can do this with square brackets. Left one makes it smaller, right one makes it bigger. And basically what this will do is just remove the blemish. So if you hover over it and then just click, as you can see, it will get rid of it. I'm going to do this for any I can see. Yeah, that's pretty much me done already. If you haven't quite finished yet, just pause the video, finish off all the rest, and then resume when you're ready. So now we can move on to the next step, and we're going to want to head over to our layers tab here. Click and drag our background and create a copy. You can do that by just dragging it onto this little icon that you can see here, almost like turning over the page of a book. That's what it looks like. Now I'm going to rename this layer. I'm going to right click on it, head up to layer properties, and just call it airbrush. So OK that. Now we have our airbrush layer. We're going to want to begin to airbrush on this layer. So I'm going to just fit this up to screen. With my airbrush layer selected, I'm going to head up to filter, blur, surface blur, and as you can see, that will just blur the whole image and make the skin look a lot more smooth and maybe a bit more plastic, but we'll sort that out later. I'm going to keep my threshold and my radius on about 6. You can do the same or mess around with it, because your image is obviously going to be different, so it's gonna blur different. So just play around with it, get it how you want it, and then hit OK. Now we're going to want to drop a bit of shadow back in and take away from the plasticky look a bit. We can do this by heading back up to filter, again into blur, but this time Gaussian blur. Leave our pixel on around about 1 in radius, and just OK that. I recommend doing the 1 pixel for sort of all images. It's worked with any that I've airbrushed, so yeah, I couldn't imagine it being any different for yours. Now we've done that, we're going to want to sharpen up the facial features, so the eyes, the nose and the mouth. So go ahead, zoom in on the face a little. Come over to your rubber, your eraser tool. Hit this little drop down arrow here and make sure your hardness is on around about 30%. So you're going to want to size your brush up again with the square brackets. Left one makes it smaller, right one makes it bigger, and then just begin to rub out over the facial features like so. Don't worry about getting too careful with it, because we've got it on 30% hardness, so it will blend with the airbrush instead of contrasting with it. So just do this for both eyes, the eyebrows. Then scroll down. I'm going to head straight to the mouth. I'm going to do it with the mouth first, quick, and the lips. Like so. Now with the nose, you're not going to want to go and rub out the whole thing like this. You're just going to want to rub out the shadow around the nostrils and maybe the little dimples that you can see around the side of the nostrils as well. So size your brush up again and just rub around there, bit around there, and with the dimples that you can see here, like so. And as you can see, that will still give the smooth effect on the nose, but bring out the shadow and not make it look so flat, and put a bit of depth back in. So now we're going to want to rub out the airbrushing on the background and the hair as well. So We can do this by, again, heading to our eraser tool, sizing it up, and then just beginning to rub out. Like so. Try not to worry too much about the background, it shouldn't be too noticeable. And then I'm going to want to rub out the airbrushing on the clothes, because you know that's quite noticeable, and the earring. Like so. Yeah. And to be honest, I think that is about done. Maybe I'm going to rub out the airbrushing on the ears. Yeah, I think that's about done. If you hit your little eye tool here, you can see where you've airbrushed. You know, if I zoom in on the face a bit more, you might be able to see it. I didn't choose the best picture because her skin was quite smooth anyway, so it's not too noticeable, but hopefully on your picture, where you've taken your time a bit more and, you know, maybe done it on less of a professional image, it might look a bit better. But you know, that's the difference you can see there. Smoothens out the skin and sort of gives it that magazine effect. So yeah, if this tutorial helped you, let me know how I did, how my commentary was. And if you liked it, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. And thanks for watching.